If a door
Sure.
goes into a house, would you just walk in it?
Well, no.
Because that would be considered trespassing.
Well, no, yeah, because I don't own the property to that house. I own this property. Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. This is taxpayer. Right. And who funds the state of New York, man?
Department of Correction.
Who funds
Who
the state of New York,
funds the
man?
taxes there, you dumbass?
Right. There you go.
But you still can't be.
I don't fund private property. I understand what you're saying. You're saying that this is state property and somehow I don't have a right to be here, but I think you're wrong. And I never got your name.
You can think that I'm wrong and you can take it up with the superintendent.
I don't need to speak to the superintendent.
Well,
What's the superintendent's name?
Pop.
Cop?
Yes, K-O-P-P.
K-O-P-P?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't need to speak to the superintendent, though. I'm not in a restricted area.
One of those. Okay, I get it.
What's one of those?
Yeah,
What does that
try to
mean?
be difficult instead of just leaving the property. So I already explained very nicely
Right.
that you're not supposed to be. You're still filming.
How would you feel if I said, oh, you're one of those? How would you feel?
If I was one of those, I wouldn't feel any sort of way.
So you're one of those. Okay. Again, you're not a law enforcement officer, correct?
Excuse me?
You're not a law enforcement officer?
What do you, are you?
I'm asking you a question. Are you a law enforcement officer? No, you're not.
That's a silly question.
No, it's not. You're a correctional officer.
Okay,
You're
that's
not
the same thing. That has nothing to do with
It
law.
is not the same
It has
thing.
no, it's very different. It's very different, ma'am.
Okay.
A law
It has
enforcement
nothing to
officer
do with
and a
law.
correctional officer are very different things.
Okay. Are we going to do this back and forth?
I mean, you don't. I never got your name. What was your name again?
I didn't tell you my name.
And why was that?
Because you don't need to know.
Then you're not law
Aren't you a public
enforcement.
servant?
No, because remember, I'm not a law enforcement officer, right?
But you're a public servant.
Okay.
So as a member of the public, I'm just asking for your name. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I know. And it wasn't too much for me to ask you to stop filming on state grounds.
Well, it is too much. It is a little bit too much to ask, officer. It is a little bit too much to ask, officer, because it would be a violation of my constitutional rights.
Okay.
I have the right to film on public spaces, right? I am one of, if you mean by one of those, I'm somebody who exercises peacefully their constitutional rights, then yes, I would be one of those.
What brings you here?
I just told you I'm exercising my constitutional rights peacefully, officer.
Oh, okay.
Right. I also have a statutory right to film officers in the course of their duty, which means I have a right to film you.
739 Would you call the wife? You never will.
This lady's an idiot.
Again, if I was in a restricted area, okay. Okay. I'm glad I got the officer's permission to stay here. You just said that.
No, I said stay because
Okay.
you'll have a surprise in a minute.
I'll have a surprise. Okay. Is it a good surprise?
Copy that. Thank you.
Is it a good surprise or a bad surprise? There could be both. I only like good surprises. Bad surprises, I don't like them.
So you
Bad surprises lead to me suing the state of New York,
come to
beating the trial.
correctional facility.
Oh yeah, I love it, especially historic, especially in a.
You have nothing
Oh.
to do with your life.
Oh no, this is my job. I'm sorry. You must have got lost in translation.
No, I didn't get lost in love because you didn't translate it.
Okay, so let me translate it for you. This is my job. This is my job. This is your job. This is my job. My job is to film government facilities, especially ones that are historic like this. And I just go, like I said, I don't go into restricted areas. I don't go into, I don't hop fences. I don't break the law. My record speaks for itself. Sometimes officers like yourself or law enforcement officers, they get a little confused on what's legal and what's not. So I have been arrested a couple times, but it all gets sorted out in court. It all gets sorted out in court.
You got arrested and had to go to court.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
That's unfortunate, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate for our country.
Something that you're not quite doing right.
No, ma'am. See, what happens is being arrested doesn't mean that you're guilty. You have the presumption of innocence. So me being arrested, you don't want to hear that, do you? So we have a couple more vehicles coming up right now. So being arrested doesn't mean that you're guilty of anything, ma'am. Just so you know. Hey, how are you?
Good. Call me when you're done.
Yeah, I'm from Long Island. Hey, how are you? Hey, sir, how are you? I'm doing well.